for another amazing English speaking session, okay? As usual, we're going to kind of go for IELTS, FCE, international examinations, kind of combination with, today I have here Macmillan Education Everywhere, okay? Dear students, Macmillan, the best in education, of course. And today the topic is recycling, dear students, okay? However, we're going to jump into kind of checking some vocabulary. For that one, we're going to go into the shadow reading technique. We're going to see what is that in a moment, okay? But this is basically a piece of reading. So we're going to listen, read, okay? And repetition is the key to achieve fluency, okay, dear students? So we're going to go into that one. So without further ado, let's go into...
How much plastic is in your life? You're probably touching some right now. Your water bottle, your pen, even your clothes. It's in our phones, our computers, and our cars. Food and drinks often come in plastic containers.
Okay, dear students, yeah, this topic definitely, I am preparing this one for a beloved student. And some students, they say, okay, teacher say me the examination is tomorrow. If the examination is tomorrow, okay, you have to do your best. You have to memorize, repeat a lot. And yes, you have to do your extra effort, okay? However, I don't recommend to study the day before the test, but usually we got into that one, okay? So that is fun, you know? And yeah, you have to study, you know, maybe 2 hours or even 3 hours, you know. But yeah, memorize, repeat, and write, okay? I would say that one. Okay, before going into the reading, look at my container, you know, plastic container. Repeat, please. Plastic container. Very good. Plastic container. Yeah, maybe you're familiar with the 3 words: reduce, reuse, recycle, okay? We know that schools are taking action into reducing, reusing, and recycling, okay? So you can do it too, okay? What do I have here? This is my flaxseed gel, okay? Sorry for that jelly thing, but yeah, I use it for my hair. So the best curly hair, okay, sorry, that is my contribution because I use my container. I don't use spray or, you know, cream. Sometimes I use cream, but most of that is, this is just with my flaxseed gel, okay? Please write down in the comments below if you like my hair, okay? But yeah, okay. But yeah, I'm going to provide the link, okay, about the recipe or whatever you call it. But let's jump straight into the reading. Okay, so number 1, listen. We're going to jump into rising intonation versus falling intonation, okay, dear students? And of course, some phrases for speaking, okay? Not all the phrases are suitable for speaking. So, for example, let's listen.
How much plastic is in your life? You're probably touching some right now. Your water bottle, your pen, even your clothes. It's in our phones, our computers, and our cars. Food and drinks often come in plastic containers.
Okay, let me be honest. I was repeating and repeating, listening and listening and listening. And finally, I got only one phrase, to be honest, okay? So we're going to repeat, because of the time, we're going to repeat twice or maybe 3 times, okay? And then I'm going to underline, and you underline with me, please, the phrases that can be suitable. For example, how much plastic is in your life? Well, maybe that intro is for a speech, you know, in front of the public. but I don't recommend that one for a natural conversation. That depends, of course. But I have chosen this one, vocabulary. Okay, so we're going to practice. Okay, let's focus on the rising intonation versus the falling intonation. Let's go. And yeah, I was doing the shadow reading technique when you move your lips like this. Okay, so follow my gestures, include emotions, and let's have some fun. 1, 2, action.
How much plastic is in your life? You're probably touching some right now. Your water bottle, your pen, even your clothes. It's in our phones, our computers, and our cars. Food and drinks often come in plastic containers.
Okay, yeah, it's a little bit challenging, but don't worry, relax. We are going to focus just, depending on your level, only one phrase, okay? We're going to focus only on one phrase. For today, this one, your water bottle, your pen, even your clothes. Repetition number 3, listen and move your lips.
How much plastic is in your life? You're probably touching some right now. Your water bottle, your pen, even your clothes. It's in our phones, our computers, and our cars. Food and drinks often come in plastic containers.
Okay, so let's jump into this phrase. And what is the intonation? What about this one? Ha 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 ha. Okay, repeat please. Your water bottle, your pen, even your clothes. Okay, write down in the comments below if you agree with me, okay? But yeah, I guess that is the, let's say, your water bottle, your pen, even your clothes, okay? Of course, I am adding my Latin American accent, but let's see one more time.
How much plastic is in your life? You're probably touching some right now. Your water bottle, your pen, even your clothes.
Okay.
It's in our phones, our computers, and our cars. Food and drinks often come in plastic containers.
Okay, one more time. Your water bottle, your pen, even your clothes. Okay, now let's repeat this slowly, of course, okay? If you're a beginner, let's go. Repeat after me, please. Repeat. Your water bottle, your pen, even your clothes. Your water bottle, your pen, even your clothes. Oh, yeah. Very good. Okay, and then you just practice, practice, and practice, okay? Of course, you can also personalize the phrase, okay? For example, my water bottle, my pen, even my clothes. Okay, it's just the question for IELTS, for example, can be how much plastic is in your life or something similar, of course. And you give your opinion and you can say, yes, plastic is everywhere. I use plastic in, you know, all of such things. For example, my water bottle, my pen, even my clothes. And I think that is not good, but what can I do? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. But yeah, it's just a phrasing context, you know. But yeah, it's important. And also I suggest that you can write on your notebook, maybe per day, 1 or 2 phrases. Okay. But yeah, that is amazing. Thank you, Macmillan. Okay, let's jump your students into the next part. Right now, we're going to focus on, this is kind of extensive.
Plastic is everywhere.
Okay.
It can be soft or hard, colorful or transparent. It can be made into any shape or size. Plastic is fantastic. Or is it?
That includes emotions, so let's do it.
Plastic is everywhere. It can be soft or hard, colorful or transparent. It can be made into any shape or size. Plastic is fantastic. Or is it?
Okay, repetition number 3. Move your lips.
Plastic is everywhere. It can be soft or hard, colorful or transparent. It can be made into any shape or size. Plastic is fantastic. Or is it?
Okay, very nice. So in this part, you can choose your favorite phrase. However, I recommend using your emotions, right? That is for the best. I suggest that you use your emotions, and let me underline for you. You got it. Okay. Yeah, one more time. Don't forget to underline your favorite phrase. I'm going to choose this one. But yeah, you can choose your favorite phrases, of course. So repeat, please. Plastic is everywhere. Repeat. Plastic is everywhere. If you're a beginner, of course. Okay. And yeah, of course, you can, when you elaborate your answer, you can choose that phrase, of course. Let's jump into the next one. Okay, let's go.
Plastic is not a natural product. It's made from oil, like gasoline. It's not biodegradable. Most of the plastic ever made still exists today. For more than 60 years, plastic has caused many problems for animals in all of the world's ecosystems.
Okay, yeah, definitely for a beginner is challenging. Okay, so focus on one phrase, okay? For example, one more time, repetition, of course.
Plastic is not a natural product. It's made from oil, like gasoline. It's not biodegradable. Most of the plastic ever made still exists today. For more than 60 years, plastic has caused many problems for animals in all of the world's ecosystems.
Okay, so there definitely you have a falling intonation. Right? Plastic is not a natural product. Okay, and yeah, definitely you can choose that one. Underline, of course, your favorite phrase, for example, product. Okay, repeat, please. Plastic is not a natural product. Plastic is not a natural product. Okay, it's lower. Plastic is not a natural product. Faster. Plastic is not a natural product. Okay, and repeat, okay? Because of the time, I jump into the next one. But the expression number 2, let's say that can be because of the test. If the test is tomorrow, let's jump into this one, biodegradable, okay? Because that is from the list, okay? I have a list, so definitely you have to memorize, okay? So, one more time. Plastic is not a natural product. It's made from oil, like gasoline. Okay, one more time. If you forget intonation again, no problem. You just repeat, go.
Plastic is not a natural product. It's made from oil, like gasoline. It's not biodegradable. Most of the plastic ever made still exists today. For more than 60 years, plastic has caused many problems for animals in all of the world's ecosystems.
Okay, I just got into this one. The rest is challenging, okay, because we are beginners. If you're kind of pre-intermediate or advanced level, yeah, no problem. Maybe you are not watching my video, but give me a thumbs up. Okay, but yeah, for beginners, please pay attention to this one. It's not biodegradable. It can be a little bit challenging, so I add the I sound, and A here. So repeat, please. Biodegradable. 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 and you nod your head like this, you know, biodegradable. Okay, so I suggest that in that part you just memorize, it's not biodegradable. Repeat, please. It's not biodegradable. Excellent. It's not biodegradable. It's not biodegradable. Okay, only 1 or 2 phrases. That's enough. And you are doing a great job. But of course, don't forget to write, okay, in the comments below, you know. Okay, dear students, so biodegradable is because is a word from the list for the examination tomorrow. So you got it, you write the word. The next one, let's see. Okay.
It has damaged habitats where animals live and spread dangerous chemicals in water and soil. Our overuse of this material is causing an environmental disaster. We need to stop using so much plastic.
Okay,
It has damaged habitats where animals live and spread dangerous chemicals in water and soil. Our overuse of this material is causing an environmental disaster. We need to stop using so much plastic.
Okay, amazing, amazing phrases that I recommend in this part. But because this is too much, okay, we're going to focus only on 1 or 2 phrases, okay, maybe per day. But for example, one more time.
It has damaged habitats where animals live and spread dangerous chemicals in water and soil. Our overuse of this material is causing an environmental disaster. We need to stop using so much plastic.
Whoa, definitely the last one. Maybe you agree with me. So I'm going to erase, sorry, the others. But yeah, I'm going to focus on the last one. Okay, let's see. Oh gosh, where is the, oh yeah, definitely is, okay, well, in this part, we need to stop using so much plastic, okay, we need to stop using so much plastic, okay, yeah, the intro can be a little bit tricky, so I suggest this kind of advice. We need to stop using so much plastic. And notice stop plus ing. Amazing grammar there. Okay, so repeat, please. We need to stop using so much plastic. Definitely, I recommend this phrase for IELTS, LCE, whatever examination you have. Okay, and of course, because of the time, I'm not writing. Okay, but yeah, make sure that you are writing on your notebook, kind of scribbling, you know, well, yeah, that's enough, okay? Because in part 2 of IELTS, you have this cue card, right? So you just have to remember or create your sentences, okay? So, okay, overuse, okay? I'm going to stop in that part to kind of check this one. Amazingly, I use the Longman dictionary, okay? I recommend this dictionary. You can use Oxford as well or any other dictionary. Yeah, I use Longman. Okay, overuse versus overdose, okay? And Keith is using an overdose. The context is this one, overdose of something. Repeat, please. Overdose of. Okay, and yeah, practically that is a noun. Versus overuse. Overuse is a verb. So we are overusing, or we overuse. Okay, students tend to overuse certain words, but here in this context, let me go. Okay, our overuse of this material, verb or noun? Write in the comments below. I think it's a okay, I think it's a noun. Okay, correct answer. Why? Because you can see, for example, he overuses, she overuses, they overuse, students overuse plastic, for example. Okay, but in this part, I recommend, especially for beginners, he, she, it overuses. Repeat, please. He overuses, she overuses, it overuses, for example, okay? You have the continuous form and so on. Okay, let's move on to the overdose. Here in the dictionary, for example, you can say there is an overdose of sun. Okay, let's see Kate for a moment.
And I picked up these bananas.
Okay,
and what's missing? The plastic bag, right? Normally, when you go to the shops, you get a plastic bag for the bananas. Ooh, look at that. You get a plastic bag for everything, and then there's packaging and wrapping, and then you put it all in another plastic bag. It's just an overdose of plastic, right? Death by plastic.
It's just an overdose of plastic. It's an overdose of plastic. Okay, dear students, yeah, if you have specific questions for the international examination tomorrow, yeah, you have to focus on the questions, of course. I have here some examples. What are some things that are made of plastic in your life? Common question on IELTS or any international examination. I provide here some possible answers for beginners, kind of pre-intermediate level. But for example, I use you need vocabularies. Okay, so I have here some vocab. Repeat, please. Single-use plastic. Single-use plastic. Or you can say single-use plastic items. Repeat, please. Single-use plastic items. Okay, so single-use is you use them and you throw them. Just one use. It's not recommendable. So, for example, repeat, please. Bags, straws, coffee cups, takeout containers, or takeaway containers. Okay. And the grammar is basic, so you can see, for example, and it's natural. It's a good grammar. For example, repeat, please. Well, I use bottles. Repeat. Well, I use plastic bags. Well, I use single, well, kind of redundant. Maybe you can say bags. Repeat, please. Well, I use bags, straws, or well, I use takeaway containers. And then I was thinking about this adjective, okay, dear students. So let's say that can be let's say the adjective of the day, okay? The pronunciation is a little bit tricky, but let's go
inevitable.
into that one.
Inevitable.
Repeat.
Inevitable.
Inevitable. Ha 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 ha.
Inevitable.
Okay. Let's jump into the phrase. Repeat, please. Well, I use bottles, plastic bags, or, well, sometimes, okay, kind of one day yes, one day no. Sometimes I use bottles. It is inevitable, okay? Okay, that is, let's say, American accent, but, well, pronunciation, but British pronunciation, okay? It is inevitable. One more time, you go onto the dictionary to check up, you know, one more time.
Inevitable.
Inevitable, repeat.
Inevitable.
Yeah, that is the only difference. Inevitable.
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 Versus inevitable. Do you prefer British or American? Let me know that in the comments below. Okay, so one more time. Okay, please. My apologies for I'm not expert at this. Okay, the use of words. Repeat, please. Well, sometimes I use bottles. It is inevitable. However, if you have the American, jump into just one, okay? Some experts say that you just British, Latin American, American, okay? So, bottles maybe, okay, say, sometimes I use bottles. It is inevitable, I think, especially when I go to the gym, but I try to do my best to avoid plastic, blah, 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 blah. And you continue, please, okay? How much can you recycle and reuse? We're going to use today the adjective biodegradable. Okay, so right now we're going to practice with the timer. Okay, you are the master, please. I am the examiner, okay? I am not the... Okay, but I'm going to elicit just a simple example, but you are the... you know, you are the expert. So please, you give me your answer. We're going to practice on the, let's say, we're going to elaborate our answer. Sometimes on IELTS part 2, you have to elaborate in 1 minute. Okay, so I'm going to give you 1 minute to elaborate your answer, and then you're going to speak in 2 minutes. But for example, you can say, well, I know that plastic is not biodegradable. Remember that phrase? Yeah. The phrase that I have chosen from Macmillan Education web page. Oh, yes. Sorry, what is the...
Plastic is everywhere. It can be soft or hard, colorful or transparent. Plastic is not a natural product. It's made from oil, like gasoline. It's not biodegradable. Most of the plastic ever made still exists today. For more than 60 years, plastic has caused many problems for animals in all of the world's ecosystems.
Okay, so basically what I did is just, I have chosen that one and I just personalized my answer, that's all. Well, I know that plastic is not biodegradable. I know, okay, I transformed the expression, so it's not biodegradable versus I know that plastic is not biodegradable. Okay, so repeat, please. Well, I know that plastic is not biodegradable. So, okay, dear students, so remember that this expression, so the consequence, okay, so we have this expression, so, especially when we want to say that we have the consequence, okay? So Consequently, I try to avoid blah, 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 blah. Okay, so kind of similar, but yeah, very common in speaking. I recommend this word. Let's say linker. Repeat, please. Well, I know that plastic is not biodegradable. Okay, one more time. Well, I know that plastic is not biodegradable. Biodegradable. Repeat. Biodegradable. It's not biodegradable. Well, I know that plastic is not biodegradable. Okay, very good. Phrase number 2, I have chosen for you, dear students, I avoid. I don't like, similar to that one, I avoid. I avoid, okay? I try to avoid, or I avoid, plus ing. Okay, definitely if you're a beginner, kind of challenging, but trust me, just repeat and practice. Okay, repeat, please. So I try to avoid eating out. I have dinner with my family at home. I also avoid using plastic, or I also avoid using containers, or I use containers for my food, for example. Okay, but yeah, the expression is I try to avoid. Give me a second. Yeah, the expression is I try to avoid, or, well, I have here, I suggest a noun. For example,
Hola, yo soy Salado. Y yo soy Piña. Él es nuestro curandero. Y este es nuestro show.
Sorry. Okay. In that part, I suggest I try to avoid plus noun. For example, I try to avoid plastic. I try to avoid coffee cups. I try to avoid takeaway containers, for example. In combination with, I try to avoid using plus noun. Okay, dear students, sorry. Yeah, definitely is recommendable in that part. I avoid using plus noun. When I say noun, I say, yeah, I mean nouns, box, straws, coffee cups, containers, okay, you name it. Okay, let's see. For advanced, or well, let's say pre-intermediate or intermediate for IELTS and any other examinations, you add your personal example. For example, and you don't say, for example, just naturally, it comes out naturally, okay? So don't say, for example, yesterday, no, it's preferable to say, naturally, just yesterday, I went to my local supermarket and I picked up some bananas and I didn't use plastic, okay? And blah, 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 blah. Finally, I have a live worksheet for you, okay? I'm going to share with you down below. But yeah, finally, you're going to read, listen and read a lot, okay? That's the best way to improve your fluency. So right now, I'm going to jump into the full reading. It's kind of extensive, but come on, let's do it. So, kind of shadow reading. Let's
How
go.
much plastic is in your life? You're probably touching some right now. Your water bottle, your pen, even your clothes. It's in our phones, our computers, and our cars. Food and drinks often come in plastic containers.
Okay, yeah, you got it, and check your favorite phrases, and let's go.
Plastic is everywhere. It can be soft or hard, colorful or transparent. It can be made into any shape or size. Plastic is fantastic. Or is it?
Okay, so then sometimes you can, put your eyes on kind of scenery, or you imagine the situation. And yes, sometimes you read and sometimes you jump into this the scenario. Okay, next one.
Plastic is not a natural product. It's made from oil, like gasoline. It's not biodegradable. Most of the plastic ever made still exists today. For more than 60 years, plastic has caused many problems for animals in all of the world's ecosystems.
Okay, now I'm going to try to read, but not so loud, just kind of shadow reading, but yeah, read after all.
It has damaged habitats where animals live and spread dangerous chemicals in water and soil. Our overuse of this material is causing an environmental disaster. We need to stop using so much plastic.
And yeah, you kind of repeat, we need to stop using so much plastic. Okay, good.
There's pollution on beaches around the world because of plastic. This makes the beaches dangerous for humans and animals. Billions of kilograms of plastic float in the world's oceans. Using evidence found around the world, scientists estimate that every year 1 million seabirds and 100,000 sea creatures die from eating plastic because they think it's prey.
Okay, a little bit challenging, but I'm going to do it bigger for you.
In some parts of the world, some grocery stores have stopped using plastic bags, and others ask customers to pay for them. All supermarkets should ban plastic bags.
Okay, nice. Very good. Follow me.
There are 2 large garbage patches on opposite sides of the Pacific Ocean. Near the coasts, these 2 collections of plastic trash are hundreds of kilometers wide.
Okay, you underline garbage patches is one of the vocabulary words.
From the water, they look a lot like plastic soup, with bottles, bags, toys, toothbrushes, and other plastic items floating on the surface and trapped in the water below.
Okay, let's jump into the next one.
Scientific reports have shown that plastic waste in the oceans is entering the food chain. It breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces, but it never completely disappears. Fish then eat the tiny particles, so if we eat fish, we might be eating tiny amounts of plastic too.
Okay, not relevant for my speech.
Recycling helps to solve the problem, and many people believe that most plastic is being recycled.
Okay, so yeah, you can choose your favorite phrases. Some phrases can be not relevant.
Unfortunately, this is not true. Almost half of all plastic goes into landfills, where it won't break down for hundreds or even thousands of years. Only a very small amount is recycled, but all the rest is trash.
Kind of sad, maybe not relevant, so you just jump into the next one.
Many people also believe that they can't make a difference on their own, but they're wrong. We should avoid using plastic products like sandwich bags, takeout containers, straws, and juice boxes.
Okay, vocabulary there. Takeout containers, straws, and juice boxes. Okay, I suggest these ones. Next one.
We should recycle and reuse as much as possible in our homes, offices, and schools. If we all make changes, we can help the environment.
Okay, definitely my favorite ones are those, the phrases that can be relevant for you, can be the positive ones. So I suggest to be positive all the time. Next one.
Some businesses are trying to reduce their plastic waste. They ask customers to bring their own bags and cups. This saves the businesses money and helps the environment. Some stores and cafes even give money back to say thank you to their customers for contributing.
Okay.
It is clear that pollution is a global problem, and it is too serious to ignore. We must all play our part in reducing our use of plastic.
Okay, ignore is another word for the test tomorrow, if the test is tomorrow. Okay, so ignore. So yeah, you repeat. It's clear that pollution is a global problem and it's too serious to ignore. And then you repeat that part. It's too serious to ignore. And then you try to, let's say, memorize or try to repeat a lot. Only if test is tomorrow, you know. Okay, let's jump into the next one.
Everybody can help to protect our oceans if we stop using disposable plastic today. If we don't take action now, our planet will be in great danger in the very near future.
Okay, that was the last one. So yeah, I hope you have had a nice time with me. I hope that can be useful for you. Okay, write down in the comments below if you enjoy this session. And that's all for today. I'm going to share with you the live worksheet, of course. Okay, have a nice test and